around the Great Lakes. Tremendous amount of snow, especially in Erie, Pennsylvania, with more than 100 inches already this season. And in just 2 days, Christmas Day and then the day after, we got more than 60 inches of snow. Also north of Syracuse on the eastern side of Lake Ontario, Pulaski, New York, has seen more than 90 inches of snow. Well, we have these weak disturbances. They don't look like much, but they do create that wind in the right direction that goes over the warmer waters of the Great Lakes, thus the lake effect snow that we are continuing to see as we go through today and for the next few days. Not until those lakes freeze is when we'll see a stop to lake effect snow. There's the disturbance coming into Indianapolis as well as into Chicago, but we still have that lake effect snow just to the northeast of Cleveland up near Ashtabula, as well as here into Erie, Pennsylvania, right over towards the south towns of Buffalo. So again, we're expecting more lake effect snow. It's also been a problem across the western side of lower Michigan, coming off of Lake Michigan. That is where we're still seeing a tremendous amount of lake effect snow, and we'll see it right through the end of this year. Nick of New York is encouraging people to use caution if they're going to be trying to stay warm inside because of these frigid temperatures. A lot of folks resorting to space heaters, but we want to just give you a few guidelines here. It's a space heater for a reason. You need to have space around it, at least 3 feet where nothing is near that source of heat. Place it on a level surface. Definitely don't want to put it on carpet. Try to put it on a flat piece of ground in your house or your apartment. And you want to also keep your pets and your children away from it. This is obviously hot. You don't want them to be harmed by touching it. And always turn it off when you leave the room and make sure you're plugging it into a wall as opposed to putting some extension cords together. And I've always heard that you never want to keep it on while you're going to sleep at night as well. So that's just a few reminders as we all try to keep warm for the next few days. Nick, now. However, as we look across the south, we're going to be watching another system bring a chance for some frozen precipitation. That Arctic air is going to continue to seep into the south. It'll come into North Texas, and mainly along I-20 is the concern for areas of freezing rain. We have a little bit of moisture in place with this very weak system over northeast Texas. Now that system is really going to drop into the Gulf of Mexico, but we still think there's the potential anywhere along the Red River over to maybe Shreveport in the southern half of Arkansas and right into central Mississippi for the possibility for a few areas of some very cold air. So that's where we're looking at the frozen precipitation. And again, when we get this freezing rain, we see the moisture go all the way down to the surface, but it drops into a layer of warm air. But right before it hits the surface, the temperatures freeze back up, and that is where we get the freezing rain. And again, it creates very slick roads. And that's the problem that we could see in those areas shaded in pink. And again, it stretches anywhere from Tyler, Texas, over to Shreveport, and then back towards Jackson, Mississippi, as we go through the weekend. So again, we'll have to watch out for a little bit of frozen stuff in parts of the south. Well, in the next half hour, here on Weather Center Live.
Doubt that winter has its icy grip over us. There's no doubt after seeing those pictures.
It has been a rough time. And again, or rather, just actually starting out on Saturday, we're going to be finding that snow across the northern tier states, and especially going through portions of Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, and into upstate New York. And then on New Year's Eve, on Sunday, we will find a very weak disturbance moving through the southeast. It could be bringing some frozen precipitation along I-20 across Louisiana, back over towards Mississippi. Again, that freezing rain and that rain line is going to be pretty tight there across the southeast. Otherwise, the big story is going to be just the cold Arctic air. But a lot of people are going to be fighting the elements because they want to get out there right around midnight and see all the festivities. And for Times Square, we're going to be finding temperatures into the teens, but the wind chill is going to make it feel below zero. There's several others that are going to be, again, very cold here. And for New York, we're going to be looking at perhaps this being one of the coldest ones. The coldest one was back in 1917, where the temperature